Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Jay Barrino. This is Starcraft Mass Recall, a Starcraft Brood War remake in Starcraft 2. I do say that at the beginning of every episode, so get used to it. This is Egression, second Zerg mission, which is the second campaign, where we are trying to get the Chrysalis somewhere. I don't know. I'll recognize the map when I see it, I'm sure, once we start.
I am well pleased, young Cerebrate, and so long as my prize remains intact, I shall remain pleased. Thus its life and yours shall be made as one. As it prospers, so shall you, for you are part of the swarm. If ever your flesh should fail, that flesh shall be made anew. That is my covenant with all Cerebrates. Now you have grown strong enough to bear the rigors of warp travel with the swarm. Thus we shall make our exit from this blasted world and secure the chrysalis within the hive cluster upon the planet Char.
Remnants of the Protoss fleet still linger within this planet's orbit. They will attempt to block our exodus at every turn.
My brood shall aid you, Cerebrate, should you require assistance.
Yeah, so that was a small change there that they made from the original Mass Recall version 2, is the two Cerebrates are shaded slightly different, so you can recognize the difference. That's nice. I try and point all these things out just to show that I appreciate these changes. They're all really cool. Oh, I can see those units up there. I know exactly what this mission is already. Also, cool battlecruiser crash. Okay. This mission, yeah.
Do with my minions as you will, Cerebrate. They will serve you unquestioningly. Go now, and bring swift wrath to all who would oppose the swarm.
Hunter killers. So the way Zerg heroes work, besides one that you get particularly later, they're essentially the equivalent of the units that they're morphed from. Not morphed from, but like Hunter killers are Hydralisks, but all their stats are doubled. They're just so cool. I guess the 2 armor is different, but like they do double the damage and have double the health. So cool. Long time ago, I had the Prima official Starcraft guide, like the strategy guide, the Prima guide, and I remember for this mission specifically, it said something like with these Hunter killers, you and your 3 Hydralisks starting out, you have a force that can effectively wipe out half of the existing map without having to build anything. And I remember trying it out, and it mostly worked. Like, you can get pretty far, but I prefer to keep my Hunter killers alive. Also, they already have Burrow. I don't have to research it. Neat. I think the Protoss, they always used to come from behind and attack my mineral line back here. Bunch of dicks, right? And then scouts would come up here, and then they would attack through the middle too. But I don't know if that AI has been changed. Another thing I say every mission is, I don't know if it's been changed, but I assume that it's not because everything's been accurate so far. Yes. On the other hand, there were some things that were kind of wacky with the original game that they may have just changed because it makes sense to, like... Okay, so they are attacking through here. My sunken colony just finished. Cool. Static defense, I don't find to be that effective against zealots, because sunken colonies attack particularly slow. And, I don't know, so in that case, they can get overwhelmed by small units pretty quick, and zealots are pretty beefy. We definitely want to get our gas right now. So this is the first mission you can make Mutalisks, but I'm not really going to because they're expensive, and for them to be effective against Protoss, I think you need a decent amount of them. Not a ton, but more than I'm willing to spend, only because if I waited to mass up a ton of Mutalisks, this episode would go, I think, a little too long, and it doesn't have to. So, because I'm anticipating this attack behind my mineral line, I will go ahead and make a creep colony and a sunken back there. Let's get an evolution chamber. Also put my drones on this gas, get another creep colony up here, because, like I said, I expect scouts to come. So I will make a spore crawler, which I need the evolution chamber to do. So it all works out. Should all work out, at least. And I'm just going to make a big ball of Hydralisks and move out. What may be different on this map is if there are Reavers. I don't recall there ever being Reavers on this map. Oh, they're rebuilding that. Sneaky devils. Yes, there weren't Reavers in the original version, I don't think. I'm pretty sure. So, if there are, then my Hydralisk force will get effectively annihilated. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Okay, metabolic boost. Very similar to Starcraft 2, you have to know what to engage with what. Zerglings are very good against Dragoons. Dragoons are essentially the equivalent of Stalkers, but they do more damage. But equally squishy against small units, so good when you can get a Zergling surround on them. But you want to keep your Zerglings away from Zealots unless you have overwhelming numbers. Unfortunately, you can't uproot your creep colonies and move them like you can with your spore crawlers and spine crawlers. Because that would be nice, I would move this one back here. But it's generating creep in a specific area, so it makes sense that I can't just up and move it and change that. Let's put 5 on here. Alright, still looking good. I just don't want to lose any of these hunter killers, and I'm not. They're just so good for defense. They're just so good all around. Let's get my Hydralisk Den. I just hit VH, which is the hotkey in StarCraft 2. Now I can hit B because it's only tier 1, and D for Hydralisk Den. Now let's get another sunken colony here. Okay, we did get Zergling speed. I don't know if I'm going to be making a lot of Zerglings this time around or not. Because I don't feel that they're as effective against Protoss. One, because Reavers, if there are any, and two, Zealots are pretty much the direct counter to Zerglings. I mean, Firebats, I mean, we're not facing Terran, but Firebats are good. They do a ton of damage, right? But they don't have nearly as much health and armor as they do in StarCraft 2, so I don't see them as such a good counter as they are in StarCraft 2. Just in case, let's get some more buildings around here, get some more defensive buildings here. Okay, make a sunken back here and a spore crawler here. Let's queue up our grooved spines, queue up our Zerg Carapace level 1, and then I'll probably just go ahead and start making a bunch of Zerglings. I always hotkey my command center, hatcheries, Nexi, whatever, to 4. And I kind of want to... I should break myself of that habit, because specifically for Terran, I do Barracks 2, Factory 3, and then Starport should be 4, right? But then that's always my command center. But it's just a habit now. That's how I got used to playing multiplayer, and that pretty much sealed that pact. Just overwhelming Zergling force seems so fun all the time that that's what I'd want to do. Oh, I can go lair. Oh, because I can make Mutalisks. That's right. It seems like they're really rushing along the Zerg tech. Like, you can get quite a lot of stuff pretty early. Like, I don't know, Mutalisks. You don't get Mutalisks for... I don't know. I think at the earliest, depending on which planet route you take, you can get it at the earliest at maybe like mission 5 or 6 in Heart of the Swarm. Right, let's not get supply blocked here. See, I'm already running short on larva for what I can afford, so I'm tempted to get another hatchery. But I don't know how needed that is. And I don't know where I would build it. Maybe up here? I think I'll be fine. Okay. Nice, here are the Dragoons. I could have pointed these out before. I didn't lose a Hunter Killer, did I? No. Alright, back up. Zerglings, though, what they are good for is they're cheap and they run in and get attacked first, which allows the Hydralisks to move in pretty much unchallenged to start dealing damage. And then as the Zerglings die, only then will the Hydralisks take damage. And Zerglings are cheap enough, and you get 2 per egg, that, I mean, it just seems like a pretty good trade. Since I can get level 2 upgrades, let's build a second Evo pit. I do have quite a lot of money, and I've already got a decent-sized force that I could probably start moving out. Yeah. So let's just push and see how far we can get. So as long as there are Zerglings alive to take those initial hits in each engagement, then things are going well. And then I will just reinforce with more Zerglings and then keep pushing forward. So this one, I don't have to destroy everything. I just need to get the... Oh, there is a Reaver. There's the Reaver. I just need to get the drone to the beacon. So with that... Let's not get attacked by a Reaver and be more spread out. With that, I'm just going to clear the path and probably just bring the drone along with me so that I just finish this up, because I don't feel like clearing the whole map. It's kind of a waste of everyone's time. Let's make Overlords. I'm really tempted to get that third hatchery now, but... I'm torn. Let's make it up here. It just can't hurt. In case something just goes horribly, horribly wrong, I'd just rather not there be... Or I'd just rather have the production to reinforce. Like if 2 Reaver shots take out my whole army. Okay. My Spire's almost done. Let's make a bunch of Zerglings. We'll make like 6 or 7 Mutalisks to be able to kill the Reavers with, and then we'll move out. Let's see if they're rebuilding this. They are. Nice. Alright. It's just these tier 1 units are so powerful as Zerg that it just doesn't seem like... It doesn't feel like traditional Zerg, which is just build a ton of stuff to win, right? And here, I'm only at 54 supply. Grant, it's only mission 2, right? But I'm only at 54 supply, and I can move out against, you know, Protoss, which is theoretically supposed to be able to... Whoa, that's a lot of scouts! Which is supposed to kill me with much fewer units than they have. Alright. I want the Hunter Killers to stay in the back, please. Okay. How many Mutalisks do I have? 4. I thought I built more than that. Well, let's build a bunch. Because I said I was not going to do that, and now I am. Man, they just keep rebuilding this. Okay. Luckily, there are no Dark Templar that exist yet, so we don't have to worry about that. Ouch! Kill the Reaver, kill the Reaver, kill the Reaver. I'm losing my... Oh no, I lost 2! Run, run, run. Okay. Gotta rebuild. So, like I said, this is why, this is why I built my 3rd hatchery. I'm making a bunch of Zerglings. I want to push out again. This is a bit harder than I expected it to be. Yeah, I'm on hard mode, right? Okay, so I've got the Chrysalis. I think this is going to be my push to win. Okay, none of my Hive evolutions are ready yet. I'm running short on money here, so I got to push with this. And just got to get up this ramp. Okay. Let's get up here and attack. Not you, drone. Okay. Cool. So I just sort of skirted around the Protoss forces. Drone, don't die with the Chrysalis. I am auto-attacking with him. I probably shouldn't do that. And that should be it. A little risky, very similar to that bring the thing to the beacon mission as Terran, too, where I just sort of ran to the beacon and chanced it, because otherwise I'd run out of money. And here we go.
Prepare yourself, Cerebrate. Your first jump through warp space will be unsettling.
With the Protoss forces beaten and scattered, the Overmind has withdrawn the swarms to the remote ash world of Char. So just that little end part where like the screen got a little white and blurry, that was implying you're going to warp space. Not something that existed in the original game. Something, little thing they added. It's kind of cool. Elapsed time 0. All right. Anyway, this has been Jay Barino. Really enjoying the Zerg campaign so far. Hopefully it doesn't get too crazy hard later coming up, because I'm not that good with Zerg, even though they're my favorite race. I'll see you then. Talk to you later. Bye.